Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the workshop tonight. My name's Caleb. All these people, all these faces you see at the bottom of the panel here, these are all team members. We're all going to give you guys a little rundown by the end of tonight's presentation, let you know where we were at when we started this, pretty much the exact same place you guys are. I know when I started this, I was pretty down and out on my luck, and I was looking for a change, much like a lot of you are probably looking for a change, or you're looking for a second source of income to kind of bump yourselves ahead, right? So when I found this, I had lost my job in the oil field as a driller on the rigs, and found myself struggling after I had just bought a house, a brand new vehicle, had two twin girls, and then lost my job 4 months later. And it was a tough go, and I was getting to the point where bills were stacking up, and it was just becoming stressful on the not only on financially, but on my relationship and everything, right? So I found my out, and it was in my demise that I stepped outside of my comfort zone, this little box that I was stuck in, telling me that that I had to break my back to earn an income. And I stepped outside of that box, and I jumped on something that a lot of people would never even take the time to look at. So congrats to you guys for getting here tonight and coming to even check out this opportunity, because it has changed my life, and it has changed everybody else's life on the panel down at the bottom here. So there's no reason why it definitely can't change yours. It's just a matter of coming in and doing the work and working with us. You're going to be working with us daily. We're going to be helping you guys get to where we've got to, and you're going to see the exact same success, guys. So you're going to be learning a lot of great things tonight. If you want to bust out a notepad, pen and paper, take some notes down, because there's going to be a lot of important stuff covered throughout tonight's presentation. Jeff Hughes, he's the founder of the team. He'll be walking you guys through the presentation tonight, and giving you guys the rundown, on how this all works and what it is you're going to be doing, what parts of your business are going to be covered for you, how our advertising works, all sorts of good stuff you guys are going to learn tonight, and see how the online world is done. So questions, you guys got questions, you can pop them up in that chat. We'll try to answer you as we go, but most of your questions are going to be answered as we move along through tonight's presentation. And if you want to just hold off until the end, I guarantee you almost all your questions will be answered. So I'll pass it on over to Jeff, and we can get this rodeo started. Go ahead, Jeff.
How's it going, everybody, tonight? Looks like we got a broad spectrum of people all over the place. Indiana Hoosier there, West Derbyshire, Clyde. My guess is that's somewhere in the UK. Arkansas, Alberta, Savannah, Georgia, some New York, all over the place, Portland, Texas, so on and so on. So like Caleb said, everybody here started at some point. Coincidentally, actually, Caleb was actually my next door neighbor. That's how he got onto building an online business, and he's even doing more now. I mean, he's actually just became, who would have thought an oil rig trigger has become an email marketer now. So we're learning like lots of stuff in this game. So, not even, 4.5 months ago, he was an unemployed rigger, really is what it comes down to. There's Brian Keiko. Brian Keiko is somewhere in my house right now. He is a website designer turned online entrepreneur now. There's Gordon Jen, mechanic. Caitlin, actually, who I started this with. She is got actually a psychology degree. Then you have Nick. He's a machinist. Then you have Shanna Hartman. She actually comes from a background retail. And Shailene comes from a background of oil and gas turned mom. And then you have Thomas Warden. He comes from the construction. He's a safety consultant. So you see a very broad spectrum, and all these people started in the same spot that everyone else is here, right? So everyone here right now, pretty much most of these people here started in the exact same spot. They came to a webinar just like this. They stepped out of their comfort zone. It's never comfortable to do something different. Even for myself, Even myself right now, I'm going back into something that I left a year and a half ago and like digging back into it. And it's like almost a little foreign to me in a little bit and overwhelming. But, you know, if you don't feel a little bit uncomfortable, you're not growing. That's just really what it comes down to. When your mind says don't do it, it means you need to go do it for the most part. So the way that this webinar is going to work tonight, it's going to be, the first section of it's going to be about me. There is a reason. I know I get some people that will pop in and they'll be like, just get to the point. Just get to the point. What is this? How much is this? What is this? Guys, there's no value in anything, nothing, unless you actually listen and understand it. It doesn't matter what anything is or what the cost of anything is without knowing what the actual real value in it, right? That's just life. That's how things going. So before anyone starts going in there, and then that next thing is, the reason it starts out that way and we communicate about, you know, where I've been and where I am now, is for you guys to be able to relate, because almost all of you, if not everyone in this room, and I know everyone on the panel, none of us really, I guess Brian has a bit of a technical background when it comes to website design and stuff like that. But the majority of us don't come from a background of knowing anything. And who's going to take any advice from somebody who literally is going to take advice from somebody that they don't know actually knows what they're doing? So first off, it's gonna relieve you guys to know that I'm a grade 9 dropout. I have no technical background. I had no experience before 5 years ago, and I was able to build a 7-figure online income. So what that tells you is that it really, I mean, nowadays, my personal opinion, to be an entrepreneur doesn't mean to go to school. It means to go out and do something that you love, take yourself out of your comfort zone. For some of you people, you really are looking for that laptop lifestyle as they want it. Now, does the laptop lifestyle mean that you're like, you got your keyboard in hand and you're like, okay, I'm just on the beach, and you press a button and all of a sudden money starts rolling into your bank account? No, it doesn't. But what it does do is it gives you freedom. It gives you freedom to be able to have your business whenever you want, wherever you want, as long as you have an internet connection. So there's the very first truth. So all those shitty little things on board where they're talking about all these sports cars and everything, and money is coming out of the bank machine like nothing, it's nothing like that, guys. First off, it literally takes work, right? But I'll be perfectly honest. I would rather be doing this type of work than out there digging a ditch, working for somebody else, them telling me when I can go on a vacation. So prime example, I'm about to take my second family vacation. Now you might, and family, keep in mind, I'm saying the word family, my second family tropical vacation on May 20th. Now I can take my business with me and still work in Mexico. How many of you can say you're doing that, right? And that's where the freedom comes in. I've been all over the world, not with my family, especially now that I have like an 8-month-old. You can't really do too much traveling around the world with that. But I want you guys to really know that I actually do care, even though I am like to the point and to the edges in a lot of ways and very direct. I want you guys to know that I care about, you know, this opportunity and the fact that you can become something, you know, different than where you are, because you're clearly here tonight. How many of you here tonight, type it in the chat roll, and I'm just going to ask this question now, are currently happy with your current circumstances? Type it in the chat roll. How many? Now, let me see how many people are in the room. Now, I ask you, this is the other thing I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you to be interactive in this, right? Don't just sit here and watch something when I ask a question. Right? We're asking these questions because it allows you to open up your eyes and be like, am I really happy with my life? Because maybe some of you guys are just here tonight and you didn't even realize you weren't happy. You were just like, oh, you know, I'm just going to check something out, right? So majority of people that I found, they're looking for something different. They're not currently happy with their current circumstances, right? So let me ask you, every single person here tonight, do you think that doing exactly what you're doing right now and continuing on with what you're doing is going to make you any happier? Or do you think that change, stepping out of that comfort zone, it may be really shitty. It may be that thing that, you know, you just like the biggest thing that you never want to do. But that's the one thing that you need to do, because if you really, really, really want to change, you have to actually step out and do something different. That's really what it comes down to. That's really what it comes down to, 100% positively. And I learned that at 35 years old when I stepped into the online marketing world, knowing nothing about it. I just knew that there had to be something better than what I was currently doing. And the fact that I literally am probably about the worst employee. I excelled in sales. I excelled in a lot of stuff, but I literally had an attitude from hell, and I didn't want anybody telling me what to do, where to go, how to do it, right? And the only reason I ever kept jobs is just because I excelled in performance-wise. That is it at all. So I knew there had to be something else. I didn't get to see my family. The majority of my kids now, they're, my oldest is going to be 19 this year. I got a 17-year-old and I have a 13-year-old. Majority of their lives, they actually didn't see everything, right? I lost everything I have to try something new. Yeah, and we're going to, actually, you know what, Esteban? We're going to talk about that. You lost everything you had to try something new. Actually, I lost everything I had at one point in my life, actually, Esteban. I thought I was going to be a cool dude and buy my very first house and flip it. Little did I know is when I actually went out and did that, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know the processes properly. I went and I got a second mortgage on the house at a higher interest rate. There was a whole bunch of penalties and everything, all because, hold on a second, I'm going to stop this because I'm not going to listen to that. And I'm not going to listen to my Skype go off a million times while I'm trying to talk to you guys. So I was there. I lost my house. It was repossessed, and so was my vehicle. So I was there at one point, and because I tried something new, I tried to go and fix up and renovate houses that I knew nothing about, right? So, okay, pal, sure, you're a nice guy. Let's get to the point. You're exactly the kind of person that I don't want to work with. So for that, see you later. All right, so now for everyone here that actually wants to sit here and actually hear what we have to say and what we want to do, and if you have an attitude, you're just a tire kicker, so don't be here. And that's my attitude. And I'm pretty sure everyone else on the panel doesn't want to work with somebody who's like, hey, pal, giving attitude already. So I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to get right to the point now. Oops. Can you guys see my screen? Good to go?
Yes.
Perfect. Thanks, Thomas. So guys, I'm going to show you guys how to start your own online business that pays you enough to fire your boss. The best thing about it is you don't need to be a tech expert and you need no prior online experience. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to do this by showing how a bankrupt guy, that's me, with a 9th grade education fired his boss in 15 days. And how you guys can build a 6-figure online income, quit your job, and live life on your terms, right? A lot of people here live life on your terms, 6-figure. No, I'm not going to flash a whole bunch of money and talk about my sports cars that I have constantly and show you bank machine. But realistically, guys, this system that we have in place is changing people's lives. There's plenty of people building 6-figure online incomes, and it's duplicatable. Living life on your terms. What does that look like? What is living life on your terms? I like to slate it like it's a canvas. You have a blank canvas that you can start out. Remember, change is the one thing that no one ever wants to do. But when you change, you actually give yourself the ability to take that blank canvas and actually start to rewrite it. It's actually pretty cool. So a little bit about me. I'm known for having a passion for others build a life of freedom. I'm the creator of Infinite Freedom, and even though I am terrible on computers and I still haven't changed it from 2016, my God. My mission is to help out as many people as possible, just like you, quit their jobs and build a 6-figure online income in 2017. And over the past, it's 5 years, actually, on March 26th will be the fifth year anniversary. I personally earned 7 figures online, and during the past 2 years, I've helped over 40 people, way over 40, build 6-figure online incomes, and there's actually 2 that were 7-figure online incomes. My online businesses allow me to live a life of infinite freedom. So infinite freedom to me is, those are my 3 oldest kids, and now I have a stepson, and I have a beautiful brand new daughter who's 8 months old. So I got to update this too. That tells you about this and my updating since I've updated my slides. But nothing's changed in who I am and what I really care about. And my family is the most important part. And prior to 5 years ago, so that would have been 2012, that wasn't possible to spend time with my family. And certainly all the other pictures that you see there. So I've been to Machu Picchu. That's actually the water show down below at the Bellagio from the Penthouse. There's been other tropical. That's my sister and her daughter. And like I said, I'm not into like flaunting, but when I was a young kid, I had I always had a goal and a dream that I'd buy myself a Porsche 911 Turbo that was black. And about a year and a half after getting into the online industry, I was actually able to buy it cash. So this isn't to brag, this isn't to boast, this isn't to tell you guys about everything that I have. Wonderful. What this is here to show you guys that it's very possible. Odds are that most of you guys are more technically sound than I was 5 years ago, and I'm not even kidding you. I didn't get my driver's license till I was like 26 or 27. I didn't get a cell phone till I was around that age. I didn't have computers. I didn't have any of that stuff till that age. So that's unheard of nowadays. I mean, most kids are into an iPad or an iPhone or some type of tablet of some sort, or computers at a much younger age. So what I had was the willingness to actually step out and try something new. So here's what you're going to learn during this workshop: how to start your own online business so you can fire your boss for good. How to get started today without any prior experience so you can start making money quickly. How anyone can plug in and get paid by using our system that's 90% automated. And the new way to build an online business that can pay you as much as $2,700 per sale. So we've been able to put together a system that has been allowing hundreds of people quit their jobs, fire their bosses, start making money quickly. What does start making money? Does that mean like literally tomorrow all of a sudden there's going to be money flowing in there? No, there's a process in place. But in my eyes, what we've been able to duplicate and replicate and keep going over and over and over again, start making money quickly is very fast in my world, especially what people have been able to do, even quit their jobs in very few months. System that's 90% automated. What is 90% automated? Why do we put that automated in there? For one, it's online, so we don't have to physically be there 24/7. Is there still work that needs to be done? Yes, but not automated more so in the fact that you don't have to worry about all of the technical stuff. So you're going to see in here about autoresponders. You're going to see in here about landing pages. You're going to see in here about emails the autoresponder and the emails going out, the landing pages that are done for you, everything that's like on the technical side that you guys would be like, oh, I don't know where to start. We've removed that. And we allow people, we put them in a position that they're selling high ticket items and making a very good commission on it, right? Up to $2,700 per sale. We don't focus on like $3 or $4 or $20 or $30, even $100 items, just because it just doesn't make sense for me anyway. And there's a lot more. So why is this important to you right now? Most of what you've seen about making money online is dead wrong. I gave you guys an example of the people flaunting money around. How many of you guys have seen some of those online videos on Facebook or Google or YouTube, and they're pointing out their like Porsches or cars or banks or their statements? Or the famous one is I just went and I just got my paycheck right now, and there's several of them just like counting cash on the table. Any of that stuff that they actually, so if that's their draw, if that's how they're drawing people in, basically showing you Benjamin Franklin's, right? To me, in my world, there's not a lot of integrity behind it. And I'll tell you why there isn't a lot of integrity behind it. Because they're preying on people who are desperate to make money that way. And I don't believe in it. I'll never do it. I'm never going to flaunt cash. I'm never going to teach anybody how to do that. Does it work? Yeah, it works for people to make a whole lot of money on their end. They make a whole lot of money, but there's no duplication in it. And for the most part, it's a failure process. Now, I could show you a bunch of videos. I'm not going to show you tonight, but there's lots of examples, and you guys have probably seen them on there. And I don't blame people for saying scam. Oh, it's a scam, or it's this, that, and the other thing. Because ultimately, most of the stuff that you guys have seen out there, I can identify how you would feel that way. You guys are running around, trying to just make money to live. Retirement, pay day-to-day bills, just at your normal job, just over broke, right? And then there's people around there trying to get you to pay them for zero value. The internet is still young, and the action takers of today will absolutely be the millionaires of tomorrow. Guys, true stat. More millionaires and billionaires are made online every day than anywhere else. Guys, how many of you are working online right now? Type in the chat room. How many people in here are working online? Doing a little bit different tonight. I'm reversing it. So Most probably aren't. And how many of you guys have made an online purchase? Or know somebody that's made an online purchase? Guaranteed almost everybody in. So there's huge disparity. None of you guys are working online, but everyone's buying online. Do you not see what the problem is? Do you not see what's going on out there in the world? I mean, look at this. The largest hotel chain in the world now doesn't own a hotel. It's called Airbnb. The largest taxi company doesn't own a taxi, Uber. Amazon, the largest basically shopping place on earth now, certainly for online, doesn't own most of their products. Amazon, right? The world's changing. I mean, Berkshire Hathaway Holdings, Warren Buffett, most of you guys probably know, he's one of the top guys in that. That's his original hedge fund, actually. They just recently, within the last couple months, they basically divested $900 million in shares in Walmart. And we actually work with, there's actually a couple people that, are now building online business with us that work in Walmart and have seen their actual, their staff members get shrink, guys. If you're not looking at an alternative right now, in your current conditions now, is there always going to be a need for people to for service work and for construction? Yeah, naturally. But get this, I mean, even that, I mean, not even kidding you this, they are now building houses in 24 to 48 hours with 3D printers building houses. They're putting in the plans in the house, and it literally looks like someone's taking, I don't know what those cake things are where they squeeze out and the frosting comes out at the bottom. They're literally sitting there right now building out houses. They put in the plans of it, and it's literally spitting it out like that, the concrete all around it. The world is changing, guys, and you have to be willing to adapt and change with it. If not, you are putting yourself in a position that's waiting for, you're basically putting yourself in a position that is going to get yourself out of a job in some way, shape, or form, or someone else has got 100% control of what goes on in your life, whether it be how much you can make, whether or not you have a job, when you can take vacation, any of that stuff. And maybe for some people, that's exactly what they feel safe with. But a lot of people, they say that they don't want that, but they're just not willing to step out of their comfort zone. So Berkshire Holdings, actually, they divested 900 million shares in that. And they actually invested into Apple, and they also invested it into American Airlines, the majority of them. So your lack of prior experience will not hold you back, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So is this for you? If you're tired of waking up to an alarm clock every day just to get a job that you can't stand, this is for you. If you're struggling to pay bills and you're sick and tired of living a life of never having enough, this is for you. If you want to travel, wow, this is 100% for you. If you want to be your own boss, this is for you. Most important thing to me, I always like to ask this, what is your why? Why do you want to build an online business? For me, it's highlighted there, to spend more time with my family and have the money to do the things I want in my life. And if that's one of your things, then this is for you. If you've got no nest egg or retirement and you want to make sure you and your loved ones have a secure future, this is for you. If you're worried about failing because you don't have a lot of experience online, this is for you. You're going to discover that this online business is 90% automated, which makes it easy for anyone to see success. The ground rules. This is no push a button and get rich. No make $1 million in 2 weeks. No time wasters or tire kickers. I already kicked out one of those people. If you're one of those negative people, just get to the point, you're not the type of person that's willing to listen anyway. So we don't want it. I don't even want to work with you. I don't care how much money you tried to give me. I would not want to work with you. My results are not typical. Having said that, most people that build a business, whether it be online or brick and mortar, fail. And a man that's way smarter than I am, very motivational, Tony Robbins, and this is a stat that I'll take from him, 95% of businesses are out of businesses within 5 years. The longer you're in business, by the 5-year mark, you're out. Get that, 95%, guys. So let me ask you this. Why do you think most businesses fail? I'm going to hop out of here. I'm going to ask, why do people, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Why do you think most businesses fail? Type it in the chat room. And who's willing to hop on here? I want 2 volunteers to hop on and give us why they feel, why they think most businesses fail. 2 people. Just say, I'm in. Who's willing to hop on here? 2 people. Wendy's willing to? Okay, let's bring Wendy on. And Jacob. Holy cow, it's just going so fast. So Wendy, Jacob, I sent you guys a link to hop on here. Accept it, and let's talk about it. Jacob, Wendy, accept your invitation. A lot of good answers out there. Some of you guys already know the answer, I can tell. Some of you guys have already been to my some of you guys have already been to this workshop, I can tell. All right, let's see if somebody else will accept it. Dean, Jennifer. I just need 2 people. I don't know what's going on. If you're on your cell phone or other people are on bandwidth, you're going to find it a hard thing to do. Someone accept it. I don't care who it is. There, Joe, anybody. 2 people. Accept the invitation. Anybody? So there's lots of good answers. There's a lot of things. There's a couple people that already know what the answer is, and I'm just going to tell you right now. Both the people, I guess they're just not hopping on. They're not able to hop on, or for whatever reason. It's structure. It's 100% structure. And I'll tell you why it's structure. Because most business owners, they go into stuff and they'll be like, okay, well, I got a whole bunch of experience in this, and then I'm just going to go out and do it. I'm here. How do I get on? Not sure, Jason. So most people, they come in and they want to start their business, and they go out there and they're like me. They want to wear a whole bunch of hats. They want to be the manager. They want to be they want to be the owner. They want to be quality control. They want to be absolutely everything, and they don't have a structure in place where they can actually just follow guidance, and somebody who's already blanketed already has a formula in place that says, here, read this book, flip through the pages, and this is exactly what you do, right? That there means everything. Most people just go in, they're like, I'm going to start a business. I got all this experience, but they don't actually know how to structure it and how to be able to duplicate what they do, right? So I'll tell you, and I make this analogy just because for the most part, it's a winning formula. Why do you guys think that franchises, you don't see a lot of them fail? Do they still fail? Yeah, they do. But for the most part, they don't. And I'll tell you why. Because they have a book. They basically go, and they put down this whole guide. It's basically here. This is how to run a business, like exactly what we have. And these are the steps. These are who you have to do. These are the step-by-step guidelines for each one of your employees and what their job descriptions are. By the way, we've already got where all your food comes from. We already have, if you're a restaurant, we know there's a line cook, there's this cook, there's a guy in the appetizer, and we have a dishwasher, there's a food prepper. You need to have all these people in place, right? Most people, when you start a business, it's kind of like, oh, holy, you just get consumed with all this stuff, and you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I got to go buy that. Oh, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. And next thing you know, you're overwhelmed. Whereas they have literally like these companies that are franchises, they have a structure in place. They've already got where you get all your food. They've already got where your marketing dollars. They already have like a setup of how the franchise store is supposed to look. Everything, right? Does it cost a hell of a lot more to get into one of those? Yeah, because it's a proven formula. You're literally paying for a multi-millionaire's formula, on how he was able to do it. And he rewrote it in a book and said, hey, you're going to pay me royalties and here's the book, right? That's it. That's 100% it. So without that structure comes failure, right? And everybody here has been able to duplicate because they literally listened to their mentor, somebody who has already gotten the results that they're looking for, and just followed it. That's it. I mean, you can't see everybody's face in here, but I mean, you can see Nick and you can see Shannon, you can see Thomas. Would you guys not agree that's exactly what you do? You literally, yes. Yeah, you take what's putting in front of you, and if, like I said, if Warren Buffett came to me and he said, Jeff, you know, and I already know who Warren Buffett is, you know, I'd like to take all your finances and I'd like to take it over and I'd like to do it for you. I'm not going to be like, well, you know, Warren, actually, you know, I think I got a better idea on what I'm going to do with that. No, I'm going to be like, Warren, yeah, here, you want to, do you need any more money? I'm going to go find it right now, as much as I can give you, because I know what you've been able to accomplish, right? And I'm not going to rewrite the wheel. There's no sense in rewriting the wheel.
Follow the process.
Yeah, you follow the steps in the process. Brian Keiko is here tonight because he didn't follow the processes, and then he started following the processes, and all of a sudden, boom. And I'm not kidding you. I mean, he's starting to get the results that he was looking for in the past, right? For one, it comes focus, right? That's one thing, and for two, it's just literally following along. That's it. So now I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. So, like I said to you, our system is proven to convert. You are the only variable. Why do I know you're the only variable? Because I could literally take this screen and put a ton of people who have quit their jobs and keep refreshing it, all those little squares filling up your whole entire screen with people that have already been able to prove it and have been able to duplicate it, right? And once it's duplicatable, that's all that matters. Shocking confession, I have an advantage over almost everyone here right now. I've been doing this for the past 5 years, and I have a name in the industry. But it wasn't always like this. My dad wasn't around. He wouldn't even admit that I was his son. It sucked. I dropped out of school after 9th grade. I jumped around from drywall work to selling cars and cell phones, all without much success. I actually sold drugs. I did a whole lot of shitty things in my life. And then finally, I did get a decent job selling advertising, but I had to travel all over the place. And that sucked. I never got to see my kids. That was obviously the biggest thing. And my wife at the time, I didn't get to see her either. And it even got worse. I missed all my kids' school events and sporting games. I was only at home for a few hours on the weekend because I was traveling at my last gig. I was actually selling, well, all things, man, in a digital world. And it was a shitty experience because I was running around trying to sell businesses Yellow Page advertising. And I never used the Yellow Pages myself. That was my last. And actually within that, I did, you know, there is something I can take out of that. I learned about search engine optimization and stuff because the phone books at that time were actually moving to trying to take their losses and move to like a digital platform through SEO. So that's one thing that I did learn, and that's when I knew something had to change and I needed to get out of it. So my marriage did fail. It wasn't failing, it failed. And even though I was working all week, I still didn't make enough money, and I ended up filing for bankruptcy, and I honestly didn't see how I'd ever turn things around. So there I was, my first house I ever bought, tried to reno it, made a mistake, learned a big lesson from that. Went bankrupt. Lost my car. So I was a family of 5. It was actually our minivan repossessed, my home repossessed. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. And do I say that it was a mistake? No, because the odds are if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be here today, right? So I mean, I've learned so many lessons in my life. So just like I was telling that guy, I mean, he ended up losing everything by taking a chance. I took a chance, right? Then it happened, guys. I heard about a guy I'd done business with in the cell phone industry making a ton of money online. He got me on a live workshop, same concept as this, with a whiteboard in a conference room. And I'll tell you about that guy. He was a 28-year-old kid at the time, and he was working at Freedom 55. And he was not doing very well, and he was doing investments, but he just wasn't working well for him. Wasn't making any money. It's a grind to like start building an investment portfolio from scratch. And all of a sudden one day, some of the guys at work were like, "Oh yeah, you hear what happened with Jeremy and stuff?" And next thing you know, I take a look on Facebook, and there he was, exotic cars, and I'm not kidding you, like Lamborghinis and like these crazy Corvettes, and traveling all over the place, and like instantly I actually got, I mean, I know what that feeling is now, but I had anxiety and instant envy. And I'll tell you why I was envious, because he was able to go and do something that I wasn't willing to, and he was being more, he had the stuff that I wanted in success. It didn't mean that I didn't want to travel around and have Lamborghinis and stuff like that. No, but he was able to have so much free time to do the things that he wanted, and he didn't have somebody, and there I was in a cell phone store. Now, I didn't jump right at it in the cell phone industry. It was years later that we finally met up, and I was willing to step out of my comfort zone, but I learned that it was really real. It wasn't him running around ripping off people. That's actually literally what the story I made in my head to make myself feel good. And he got me on a workshop, like literally, it was a whiteboard at the Ramada Hotel in Nanaimo, British Columbia, and I started my online business like literally that very, very day. I never looked back. Everything in my life changed. I started making money more than I had ever made in my whole entire life, and very, very quickly. I had time to spend with my kids, my loved ones, and my friends, and I fired my boss within 15 days of getting started with my online business. And guys, there was a reason for my fast success, and I keep going back to this. I was desperate for a change. I had learned so many lessons that I wasn't getting what I wanted. I wasn't living the life that I wanted. I wasn't doing the things that I wanted, that I knew that the only thing that was left for me to do was to make a change. So I made that change immediately. Like that day, like that was it. That was it. It was just desperate. I needed to make a change, right? And I was willing to do anything to be a better father and be there for the people that depended on me. And guys, I literally plugged into a simple system and I followed it step by step, right? And when I say a simple system, it was just, like I said, if Warren Buffett came to me right now and he said, listen, I'm going to give you some financial information that can change your life, and I want you to follow it step by step. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you know what? I think that that's not really the right step. No, I followed it, man. My life changed forever. And I'm so grateful for that right now. I'm grateful for all the shitty things that happened, all the lessons I learned, because I wouldn't be here today. So guys, now we're going to get into the actual meat and potatoes of actually building an online business and what it looks like, guys. So just so you can see it there, there's 3 pillars to a 6-figure online business. Number 1, you need to find a product that people want or a service that they want. And number 2, you need to create a sales funnel that converts. And lastly, you have to find high quality traffic. If you're missing any of those, you do not have an online business at all. A product that people want. Did you know that 9 out of 10 times a purchase is made online, someone is getting paid a commission? What does that mean? 9 out of 10 times what? It's called affiliate marketing. So just because you clicked on a link and you ended up a website, the actual website owner isn't necessarily the one that got you there. Just because you think that, you know, it was Amazon or whatever. Actually, Amazon's a good example. Just because you clicked on that button doesn't necessarily mean that that button driving you to that actual website was owned by Amazon. 90% of the time, it's actually owned by somebody else, and they're getting paid a commission to drive that traffic, whether it be a cost per acquisition, whether it be a cost per click, whether it be a cost per lead, whether it be a rev share. I mean, there's numerous ways that they do it, but literally 90% of that traffic. So it could be YouTube, Facebook, Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever. This normally happens behind the scenes, and as a customer, you don't even know this is happening. So what if you knew how to get the right offers in front of the right people, and instead of someone else earning the commission, it was you? Guys, let's circumvent all of that. I don't have to have the 9 out of 10 times. What if I actually already had an offer in place? I knew how to find the people, and that product that I had, I could sell it all myself and cut out all the middleman and make money. Guys, it's the way to go. So here's some examples of those networks that actually pay out in the 9 out of 10 times. Maybe you guys have heard some of them. Certainly a lot of you guys have heard of ClickBank, Commission Junction, ClickShare, Max Bounty, New Cash Network. And here's some examples of actual offers and commissions. Lose weight, Shoestring Gardener, Practical Home Business Ideas, 10 pounds in 10 days. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on and on about all these different offers, right? What I will tell you is that I don't, and no one else on here focuses on a $32 offer, or a $4 offer, or a $1.60. It's hard to make enough money that way. We focus on large ticket items, and I find them far more profitable and a lot easier to duplicate. So creating a sales funnel that converts. What is a sales funnel? A sales funnel takes people from being interested in something to making a buying decision. The goal is to convert cold traffic into raving buyers. If you create a sales funnel that converts, it's literally like printing money. Guys, how many of you would trade $5 for $100? Type it in the chat room. Yes. everyone that's in this room, 80 plus or whatever in here, we all know that everyone's going to trade 5 for 100. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give you kind of like an aha moment. This is like meat and potatoes, like really cool stuff that kind of will show you the digital economy and how we're able to actually match offers and spend less money to get quality traffic. So I'm going to pass you over to my partner in crime, Caitlin, and she's going to share her screen. And Caitlin, can you show one thing I wouldn't mind you showing is when you scroll through Facebook, going into like a sponsored ad and then showing them the why am I seeing this, so people actually get an understanding of like how we're actually getting through all that stuff. So I'll pass you over to her now.
Okay, let me share my screen here. There we go. Okay, so the 3 pillars of an online business. The first one that Jeff had mentioned was finding a product that people actually want to buy. Now, this is just an example of what people do. This is an example of how everything works. Like Jeff mentioned, we like to focus on high ticket products because it has the best return. It's the best return for your time, for your marketing dollars, for everything. So, but this is just an example that we're going to go over. This is ClickBank. It's what's called an affiliate network. So people can come on here, marketers can come on here, and they can find products to market so they don't have to create products themselves. So you can come on here, create an account, and then you can search all different kinds of products, anything from fitness to golfing to gardening to parenting to biz op stuff to whatever you want. But let's just do golf as an example. Say I wanted to promote a golf product, so I would come on here and I would search through the golfing products and find one that had a good commission. Say the 6-minute golf swing pays. Olivia, hey. She's watching Peppa Pig, so she's quite excited about it. So don't mind if you hear little kids talking in the background. 6-minute golf swing pays $11.99 per commission. So every time you make a sale, you get paid $11.99. So say I wanted to promote this product, I would come on here, create my account, and you've probably seen this before, but you didn't know what it was. So you see, for example, you saw like Amazon.com/ID equals a big jumble of letters and numbers. Now that jumble of letters and numbers is what's called an affiliate coded link. So when you create your account with whatever company you're working with, and they give you a link that's coded directly to you. So that jumble is coded to you. So every time you take this link and put it in your marketing, in your Facebook and YouTube, wherever you're doing your marketing, and somebody clicks on that link and buys, that tells the company that that purchase came from you or came from your account. You sold it to them. So I would create my account, get my affiliate coded link, and then go and put this into wherever marketing platform I was using. Now this is another example. Amazon.com is now the biggest retail site out there. It's bigger than Walmart, bigger than eBay, bigger than Best Buy, bigger than everything. And some of the products on here are from Amazon, but a lot of them are from affiliates. So people are coming on here, posting products, or they're taking products from places like ClickBank or different other affiliate networks, and they're putting it on here. So they're using Amazon to like leveraging the traffic that Amazon has and the name Amazon has to build a business. So you can come down here, sell on Amazon. If you have services, you can sell on Amazon. You can create apps, sell your apps on Amazon, become an affiliate of Amazon. Self-publish your own books on Amazon. Like everything is going online now. You don't need a big publishing company or a big book deal or something like that to be able to write your own books anymore. Even you can self-publish your own books and put them online. A lot of people have done that and had a lot of success with it, publishing their own like ebooks or Kindle books and stuff. Now the second part is having a sales funnel that converts. So there's a couple parts to this, and the first part is having what we call a landing page or a squeeze page or a capture page. There's a bunch of different names for it, but essentially what it is a website where people can put their name and email into. So when you guys came here, you guys clicked on a link on Facebook, and then you guys saw a website similar to this, maybe different picture, different writing, but you put your name and email in here, and then you went to a thank you page, and then you started receiving emails from us about the workshop. So to create a page like this, it used to be really difficult. You would have to have a lot of experience. Now, Dave probably knows all about this Brian knows all about this because he builds websites, but it requires a lot of HTML knowledge and technical skill and whatnot to make it look nice and work properly and whatnot. But now, people like me and people like Jeff, who are not the most technically sound people, can come and we can leverage different tools and systems to be able to do the hard work for us. And now we can play in the same league as these people who do have the experience. So this is a software called Lead Pages. Now I can come on here, I can create an account again, and I can use one of their templates to create a fancy looking website like this. So I would come on here, I would go through all these templates, I'd find one that I liked, say I wanted to use this one. Give it a second to load. I have a lot of tabs open, so it might take a bit. Do golf example Webby. Slowly getting there. There we go. So now everything on here is customizable, and I want to make my page be congruent with my product that I'm promoting, obviously. So if I decided that I was going to promote this product, I would want my page to be congruent with that. If I had a logo, I could put that up here. If I didn't, I could just delete it. Everything on here is customizable, though. I could change all the writing. I could change the background, the colors, everything, and make it look how I want it to look or to be unique to me and my product. So this is just the first step, though. This just makes the page look pretty and look nice and whatnot. But the second part of it, like this doesn't store any information. So when people put their name and email into my site, this doesn't store any information. I need somewhere for that name and email to go. But also, I don't want to be sitting at my computer all day watching for people to be putting their name and email in there, and then me having to email them saying, here's the information you opted in for, or here's the product you opted in for, kind of thing. That would take all freaking day, and I would have no life. So we use what's called an autoresponder. So I connect this to my autoresponder, and this is going to email people for me. So once I get it all set up, I connect it to my page, and when people put their name and email in here, it is going to do the hard work for me, and it's going to send emails to people. So whether I'm traveling, whether I'm at the gym, whether I'm at the park, whatever, this is going to be working. These couple of things are going to be working for me 24/7, whether I'm sleeping, doesn't matter. This runs regardless of where you are or what you're doing. Once it's set up, it's all running for you. So even if you had a job that you still are currently working at, or that like you were working at while you're building your business, this is going to work for you while you're working at your job. And then when you get home at night, you can you can track or do the little things that you need to do. But once this is all set up, it works. So I would go here to create an email. And I would go, I could either use one of their templates or I could create my own. So I would want to do my subject line. So congrats, here is your 6-minute golf swing guide, or whatever. I would write an email that was congruent with my product. I'm not going to do that right now to save time, but I would want to write something in here that was about the product that they had opted in for. And I would also want to take my link that I got from over here and put it in my email as well, so that they know that this is the email from the thing that they had just opted in for. And they can click on my affiliate coded link and go and visit my product again. So once I was done that, I would go over here, and it's going to give me errors because I haven't filled all this stuff out, but I could either schedule this to send later. I could send it later today, later next week, next month, whatever I wanted, or I could send right now. So then the next part is driving people to your product, getting your product in front of people. And for that, we use Facebook. So this is the back office marketing platform for Facebook. This has nothing to do with your profile, your personal profile, or your friends and family. It's a totally separate account. So it doesn't, people say like, oh, I don't want to market to my friends and family, or I only have like 100 people on my friend list. It doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with your personal profile. And we don't market to friends and family anyways. We don't teach people to do that because it doesn't work. not in the long term anyways. So this is business.facebook.com. These are all the different types of ads that you can create. But for this, we're just going to go here. We're going to go continue. And now this is where things get fun, because I don't want to market my product to everyone. Not everyone is my target audience or is going to be interested. Not everybody's interested in golf, right? Say I wanted to market my golf product. Not everybody is going to be interested in golf. So if I'm marketing to people who are not interested in golf, I'm going to be wasting a lot of my marketing dollars. So, and I want to make sure I'm using those wisely, right? Because the point is to make money, not waste money. So I'm going to do Canada, United States. I'm going to do, let's say, 25 to 55 men, English, all because I only speak English and I want to be able to communicate with my leads. If you speak another language, you could definitely put that in there. And then detailed targeting. So I could just type golf in here. And now Facebook is going to do the market research for me and pull up all these related interests. So I could do people who are interested in Golf Digest, the Golf Channel, PGA Tour, Golf Magazine. For example, it's going to give me all different kinds of interests that are related to golf. So you see these numbers over here. This is how many people on Facebook have expressed some kind of interest in golf equipment, whether they've, so Facebook knows everything that we're doing on Facebook. Facebook knows and stores a lot of information about us. So if we click on something, we like something, Facebook records that. Facebook knows that. So this is how many people on Facebook have expressed some kind of interest in golf equipment. This is how many people have expressed some kind of interest in Golf Channel, whether they've liked a page, they've liked a post, they've commented, shared, whatever. This number up here is the potential reach for my ad. Now that's how, if I had a regular business, do you think I would ever be able to reach 12 million people? Like if I had a restaurant or a gym or something like that, would I ever, or a construction company, whatever, a hair salon, would I ever be able to reach 12 million people? I highly freaking doubt it, because I'm limited to my geographical location. And when you have a physical business or a regular, like even a franchise or something like that, location is everything. Location is everything. If you get a shitty location and you don't have foot traffic or you don't have marketing, good marketing and whatnot, your business is going to fail. Yes, you can have word of mouth marketing, but that takes a long time to build up. Now with one little ad, regardless of where I am, I could be in Canada, I could be on vacation in Mexico, I can be anywhere. I could reach 12 million people. Do you think I have a high chance of selling products to 12 million people? Somebody is going to buy. Out of 12 million people, somebody's going to buy your product. So let's go down. Oh, zoom back in. So this, I can edit my placement of where my ad is. I can do Facebook, Instagram, audience networks. I could do desktop only or mobile only. We do mobile only because everybody is on their phones all the time. And then I'm going to pick my daily budget. So whether you are a gym, a restaurant, a local hair salon, or you're Pepsi or Coca-Cola, you need to market your business somehow. Like I said, yes, you can rely on word of mouth, but that's going to take a long time to build up. And when you're building a business, success loves speed. So we want to have speed in building our business and whatnot. So we tell people to start with $5 a day. Even if you have a small marketing budget, it's okay. I started small and I built up. Everybody on here started really small and then built their way up. And press continue. And then here's where I would pick what my ad looks like. So I would go, I'm not going to do it right now just to save time again, but I would go on Facebook or Google or somewhere. I would find or create my own picture that was about my product, and I'd post it in here. I would change the text to be about my product, and I would put my link that, most importantly, I would put my link that I got over here, and I would put it into the text of my ad so people can click on it and they can go to my product. So that's how the process works. You guys saw an ad on Facebook, you guys clicked a link, You guys went to a landing page, you guys entered your name and email, you started getting emails from us, and now you're on the webinar with us. So can you see how powerful that is, how powerful that system is and that process is? Jeff, do you have anything to add? You're muted.
Did you show them the stuff scrolling through Facebook? I can't hear you. You're muted too.
I said, oh, right, one sec. Okay, hang on.
Then everybody can actually start looking at it themselves.
Okay. Let me see if I can find, oh, actually, yeah, I got one right here. Hang on. Share my screen again. Share. Okay, go over here. Let's see if this one will show me. Oh, why is it going up? Let's see if oh, here we go. So you see this right here, you guys. I've seen this in your news feed probably a lot. You guys saw it when you came here. You see a sponsored ad. Now I can click this little arrow up here, and I can click why am I seeing this ad? And it's going to show me why I've seen this ad. So the reason you're seeing this ad is that Predictable Income Academy wants to reach people interested in multi-level marketing based on activities such as liking or clicking on ads. So I'm seeing this ad because I click on things on Facebook, or I like pages on Facebook that have to do with multi-level marketing or network marketing or whatever. So now Facebook is going to show me things that I click on. So if you've noticed before, like say you click on a picture or a page of traveling, and now all of a sudden you're seeing all these different things about traveling and different pages and like travel quotes and blah 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 blah. Or you click on something about football, and now all of a sudden your news feed is filled with shit about football. That's why, because Facebook wants to show you things that you're interested in. So based on your activity on Facebook, they're going to show you more. So if you have clicked on different like make money online stuff, it's going to start showing you make money online stuff. Do you want me to add anything in there, Jeff?
No, I mean that's really what it comes down to. It just means that they're tracking absolutely everything that you're doing on Facebook. So if you happen to like something, and I can actually grab that, I can grab what you like, and by literally putting I want somebody who likes golf, and if you clicked on a golf ad, all of a sudden you're going to see golf ad. You won't just see mine. You're going to see lots of golf ads, lots, because tons of people that are selling golf products are trying to get to you.
Yeah, but also we use that in our marketing because so now we can see what other marketers are doing and targeting and what's working. So you want to mute for a second, Jeff? Bentley, can you turn that down, please? That's super loud, dude. Thank you. We can go and use that now because I can go on Facebook and here, let me share my screen again, actually. Share. So I can go and I can see ads that have a lot of engagement. So this one's not bad. It has 973 likes, 69 comments. That's not bad. There's some with way more. So I can go and now I can do market research as a marketer in my niche. So I can go and search for, let's just back to the golf product. If I could go and search different things on golf, and then I can look at people's ads that have golf ads, and I can see the ones that have a lot of engagement and stuff. I can come up here and see what they're targeting. And that gives me a lot of leverage and a lot of help in my own ads because now I can do what's working. I see what's working and getting results, and I can use that in my own business. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, exactly. So I've had a lot on Facebook of trouble. Basically, the driving force to get your ads in front of people. Guys, right now, as a marketer, Facebook in the world is the #1 way to make revenue for the most part, literally right now. It pays out the highest return on investment, so that's why you focus it there. And marketing doesn't work unless you have people, eyes in front of you. And Facebook is the most time spent on a website in the world. 40 minutes a day for an average Facebook user. They spend 40 minutes a day on that website. I know everyone here on this panel spends over 40 minutes a day on Facebook. You Facebook junkies. Look at you Facebook junkies.
It's the card book.
So that's just reality. That's just how it goes, right? So obviously marketing is all about eyes. Why do you think television was so expensive? I mean, television, is getting less and less and less because more people are watching Netflix. Radio advertising is going way down because more people are listening to, iPhone music. They're listening to even satellites dying. Like, it's just like, it's totally changing. Like, get this. This is like next level stuff. So now there's companies out there who have organic. So if you've liked a page or you liked a video or whatever like that, all of a sudden stuff starts coming through your news feed. So all of a sudden they'll be talking about this new story that's going on. It'll be like, it's literally like television. There'll be a story and you'll be watching the story and they'll be like, yeah. And then all of a sudden this happens, and then all of a sudden it cuts. And in the middle of the story, there's an ad for like 30 seconds. It's not paid to Facebook. The marketer is becoming smart that he's like, there's more views that are happening on here. So we're going to put ads in the middle of our like news story on Facebook and monetizing it that way. It's crazy. Next world stuff, guy. I've bought a lot of stuff from ads on Facebook. There you go, guys. I work online through Facebook right now all the time, guys. That's what I'm talking about. This is where it's at. But I'm going to teach you guys stealth methods and how to monetize products and pay you guys out very, very large commissions that will literally jumpstart you making money online. And remember how I talked about that big book and that formula? Well, we're not quite old school. We don't have a big book, but we have videos that you can watch step by step on how to do stuff. So doing home tats, and I can't push forward until I find someone to mentor me, which I hear that when you have no work besides doing home tats, and I can't push forward in that until I find someone to mentor me, which hasn't been easy. Joe, nothing in life is easy. Nothing. If you want to become a tattoo artist, you've got to find a way to do it. If you really want something that bad, you'll find a way to do it, right? And I always put it this way. I know a lot of people, they'd rather sit back, watch television. They'd rather sit back and do things for, like, do nothing. And I always, who was it? Terry Crews. I watched Terry Crews, actually a pretty cool guy. I don't know if you guys seen him. He's like the Old Spice guy. He's in several other commercials anyways, like really, really good shape. And he said, there's a big thing out there that happens that when somebody really wants something, they can go out and get it. And what he said, and it made a big thing, and he calls it excuses. There's always an excuse why you can't do something, always. Because it's funny, because he said, you know what, if you were at work and you were working really hard or you're out there doing something, it was the middle of the day, and all of a sudden I came to you and I said, hey, I have a briefcase full of, $5,000. In the middle of the day, while you have whatever it is that you're going on right at that exact moment, if he goes, I need you to meet me at 2 o'clock for you to have it and come and get it. We all know that 99.9% of the people, they're going to stop and find whatever way possible, hear that, find whatever way possible to go get it. And you need to do the same thing when you want to actually make something happen, right? And it's all about priority. It's not a priority to you. You would rather watch Netflix, right? You'd rather do this. So many people will be like, oh, I'm so busy and I got my kids, right? But I'm so busy, I got no time. My kids need me. I need this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, okay, so you get so much limited time with your kids right now. So much limited time. What would it look like if you could work your ass off for this amount of time to be able to spend this much amount of time with your kids for the rest of your life? But we don't look at that. We look at instant gratification. I go to a job, I know how much I collect paycheck. That's it. That's how we live our lives, right? That's what we do. We have excuses. We are not prioritized. If you really want to change, you need to prioritize it, right? And that's what it comes down to. And believe me, I was just like you guys. I'll sit there and watch Netflix or watch television or do whatever else, do the stupid things because I didn't see it as a priority, right? Read some books too. Those are important. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and we're going to finish this thing and wrap it up. So we all know everyone would trade a $5 for a $100 bill. So creating your converting sales funnel. Traditionally, it required technical knowledge, design experience, and marketing know-how. Exactly what Caitlin was telling you. The tools needed can be inexpensive, and it can take some time to get it all set up for the best results. And here's how a sales funnel works. You need all of this for a sales funnel to work. You need to have quality traffic, high converting capture pages, high converting sales, engaging and helpful email follow-up, high quality products, upsells, and downsells. You can easily spend countless hours and 10,000 plus testing your funnel to get the highest converting sales funnel. But you don't need to do this. I'm going to show you an alternative that will save you thousands of dollars and a lot of time and frustration later. High quality traffic. What is traffic? In the online marketing world, we often refer visitors to website as traffic. Without traffic, nothing else matters. Imagining a shopping mall with no people. Hard to make money that way. But just any traffic won't do. You need high quality traffic. Your traffic must match your offer. Example, you're promoting a course that teaches women how to potty train toddlers. Would you rather have traffic from a Facebook moms group or traffic from an ad on a hot rod website? Pretty self-explanatory. The more targeted your traffic is to your offer, the better it will convert and the lower your advertising costs will be. That means more money in your pocket. So naturally, if you're in a Facebook moms group and you have, you're selling stuff for kids, right? You're going to target people like that, right? And the odds of them buying like kids' toys or kids' clothes or whatever are a lot higher than targeting like, single males who like hot rods, right? So I'm going to spend the same amount of money whether I target hot rod website or I target moms. But here's the thing: when I target the hot rod website people that love hot rods, and I'm trying to sell them like kids' clothing, I'm virtually going to get zero sales, right? But I'm going to spend X amount of dollars, $5. I'm going to put that in front of them, and the odds are that more of them are going to buy than the hot rod website, and then that turns into an ROI for you. So you need an offer, you need a sales funnel, and you need high quality traffic. Now guys, there's two ways to profit. Method number one, direct linking. Pick an offer and send traffic with an ad. Method number two, build an email list and then sell to your subscribers over and over again. Pick an offer and use ads. Now, one way is to put an offer in front of your chosen audience with ads. Now, some might buy right now, but only a small percentage will buy at first sight. Now, you can make money this way. I've made money this way, but I learned very quickly that it's not the best way to profit online. You need to build a targeted email list. You need to give people an offer they can't refuse to join your list. Free report, webinar, video training. Some people will buy your paid offer right away, but most will not. The good news is you can now keep selling over email and increase your conversions, making you more money. This is how the online marketing pros do it. This is literally the secret formula to my 6 or 7 figure online business. So just like I said, if you collect a bunch of moms' information, they have kids, they have everything else. Now, I've collected their email address. Now I can continue to send them offers about kids' clothing or something to do with kids on a regular basis, right? Now, it doesn't mean that they're always going to buy. But the eventuality of it is they're going to be interested in something, and there are higher odds of them buying something down the road, guys. Example from the webinar tonight, free online workshop revealed how a bankrupt guy with a 9th grade education fired his boss in 15 days. You entered your email address, you entered your name, you're here, it works. You're right here on this workshop right now. Building a list is key to online success. The money is in the list. You know the system of success. Others are using this 3-step system to big online profits to make 6 and 7 figures per year. In fact, with what I've shown you on here tonight, you guys could do all of this on your own. There's a big problem, your time. You'll have to spend countless hours learning the ropes before you finally get success and start making money. Your money, you're gonna have to spend your own money getting everything set up in your sales funnel, testing to make sure it converts. This will easily cost you $10,000 plus. Now is the time to make money online. If you're an ambitious person, you could take what I just laid out to you and create it in maybe 30 days. For building funnels, we use lead pages, Aweber, ClickMagick, and for traffic, we use Facebook, Google, YouTube, and Instagram, and we connect it all together. But guys, if you want click-by-click training showing exactly how we do all this, then we have the perfect solution. So the people that said that they're lost, guess what? If I have click-by-click training, videos, walkthrough, mentorship, people, chat, everything, training on a regular basis, guys, it's clear. I've talked to you guys earlier, how things are changing. The world is changing. In 2015, and I know 2016, it was absolutely insane for Amazon, but on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, there was more shoppers online than in the stores that weekend. Why? Well, who the hell wants to sit there and wait in line at 3 o'clock in the morning to get into a store open to like run and bustle and fall over people to get a sale? Guys, here's the stats. 2017, there's almost going to be $750 billion spent, online just in Europe and the United States of America. This is what you need to get started online. You need lead pages. That's where she was going, and she was editing all those pages. Webinar jams, that's $397 a year. That's right here, right now. Aweber, that's a less sophisticated autoresponder. We use the top in the world. It's Tony Robbins. Costs us about $30,000 to $36,000 a year just for that. ClickMagick, and that's $792 a year. So total just for those 4 tools on your own, if you wanted to do it, is $1,676 US. But I'm going to show you guys how to cut your learning curve by 90% and actually start earning commissions just like these. These are personal commissions I've earned that are that high. And I'm going to show you guys how to make money autopilot just like this. So here's the deal. I've created a team and community for you called Infinite Freedom, where I'll show you step by step how this works. When you become part of the team, you'll also discover how you can make commissions of up to $2,700 per sale, and you do no selling for yourself. And here's what this will do for you. You're going to discover how to get hordes of targeted visitors that are ready to buy from you. Getting set up is 100% done for you, and all you have to do is plug in. You'll discover a stealth Facebook ads method that no one's talking about that makes it easy to get traffic flowing and making money from day one. You'll be able to make money while you sleep using our 90% automated system. And here's how we automate 90% of the process. We're going to hand you a high converting offer proven to get results. We're going to build your capture pages, build your autoresponders, email leads on your behalf, handle sales presentations and webinars, close your sales for you, handle your coaching calls, and all you have to do is follow the click-by-click training on setting up your ads. Now, are you ready to find out how you can join this powerful system for online success and personal freedom? You must first decide that you're ready to make more money, quit your job, and build the life of your dreams. Guys, true stat, 97% of the people who quit chasing their dreams are hired by the 3% that didn't. Be mindful of your behavior. So here's how this works. When you join the Infinite Freedom team, you get personal coaching, access to our success team and resources, team group weekly webinars and weekly training, ongoing mentorship tools and training to ensure your online business is a success, Facebook ads training with step-by-step modules, and access to our Sleeping Giant product that produces commissions as high as $2,700 and generated over $1 million its first month with our click-by-click training system. You'll get 30 minutes one-on-one with myself or one of our leaders to map out a game plan for your success. This will help you get off on the right foot. You'll begin seeing results quickly and know exactly what to do next. That's a $499 value. Access to our success team and team resources. You'll get access to our success team for ongoing questions, support, and all of our team's resources. You're in business for yourself, but certainly not by yourself. Our team is here to make sure you succeed. If you ever get stuck or you just need a little help, our leaders are here to help you along the way. That's a $4,899 value. Team group weekly webinars and weekly training. You'll get ongoing training with our team to make you an expert and ensure you build your online business as big as you want. We'll cover everything you need to start making money right away during our weekly training. All training is recorded, so you can always go back if you ever want a refresher on anything. That's a $299 a month value. Mentorship tools and training. Many of the tools you need to get your online business off the ground would easily set you back hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You'll get everything you need to start building a successful online business when you join the Infinite Freedom family, and that's where it's priceless. Mentorship, tools, setup, step-by-step, that book on just exactly like a franchise works. Facebook ads, site membership access. Facebook's one of the easiest ways to get that high-quality traffic we talked about earlier flowing into your sales funnel. You'll get step-by-step training modules that'll show you exactly how to start making money with Facebook ads right away. This over-the-shoulder training is newbie-friendly and retails for over $800 and is included right now for free. That's an $899 value. You're getting the exact same system I personally used to quit my job and build a 7-figure online business. Your investment, guys, if you ever tried to build your own online business, you easily invest thousands of dollars in training and tools just to get started. Now, that's obvious. I showed you just some of the tools, and we use way more than that. Why would you do that? When you join the free Infinite Freedom team, you get access to ongoing training and a team of success-minded people focused on your success. Everything you're getting today is valued at $9,794. But you're not going to pay anywhere near that. We originally planned to open the doors at $499, which is a great deal. At $499, you're still saving thousands of dollars. The one-on-one coaching call alone would set you back $499 normally. We're not even looking like that. Guys, how about this? For a limited time offer, I'm going to give you guys absolutely everything that I've just laid out to you for $99. this should be like an awakening and giving you all those people on here tonight that sat there and typed in the chat roll that said that they're willing, that they're in a position that they're not happy with their life and they're ready for a change. I'm giving you an opportunity to hop in on that change for 99 bucks. Button's up right now. Click on our success team. Guys, here's some true stats and some horrifying stats actually with it. Online education is the future. Tuition costs continue to rise. The majority of the people that go to college don't end up going into the career field tied to what they studied in college. Many people are looking at trade schools and online education as the future because it's more affordable and much faster than a 4 to 5 year program. How many of you guys went to college? Type it in the chat roll. How many are you using it? And how many of you guys actually have a student loan debt? Cost of higher education in North America, $9,000 all the way up to $33,000, guys. And it goes even higher than that for Stanford and Harvard and all is $90,000 a year, guys. The student loan debt's actually much higher than this, but this is a stat that I was able to find up into 2010. $15 billion in Canada and $1 trillion. And I know it's much larger than both that, guys. That's how much student loan that we're rocking. Degrees of debt and regret. 45% of the people with student loans said that college was not worth the cost. 44% would want to know how much student debt a person has before beginning a serious relationship. 28% delayed buying a house just because of debt. 12% delayed marriage because of debt. And this is the most disgusting one of all. Only 27% of college grads have a job related to their major. These millions and trillions of dollars that are being sent in billions for you guys to be going out there, and 27% are actually ending up in there doing what it is that they want. Now, if that's not the biggest scam I have ever, I mean, that is the biggest scam. And it's because we're all brainwashed. That's what we need. We need to go to school and then go to school to get a good job. I remember them, people telling me that. That's what you needed to do. That's what the system is set up for you guys to do. But that's not what you need to do, because if that's what you needed to do, it wouldn't be a success rate of 27%. 73%. All that student loan money, poof, it was for nothing. Man, they set you up. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing. You go to school for 4 years to get a bachelor's. It's basically like going to high school so that you can actually choose to get your degree. They set it up so that you're in school for like 8 years. It's messed up. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, I can tell you right now, that is no way to become an entrepreneur. I don't know too many entrepreneurs out there that went to university or college and use any of that stuff for what they're doing. The good news is you guys can start your own online business that gives you infinite freedom and way more money than a traditional job at a millifraction of what traditional education costs. So there's no reason why you're not joining our team. Limited time offer, $99, getting the opportunity to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. And you know what? There's a whole lot more to this. So here's what you're going to do next. You're going to click the button. You're going to create an account. You're then going to join our private mastermind Facebook group, and you're going to schedule your coaching call and your training. You'll start making money and be on the road to freedom. So let's recap. If you want to learn how to build an online business, get started without technical skills or prior experience, skip all the common mistakes most people make, and start making money. And guys, this is where, everybody that's even stayed to this end, I mean, you weren't like the one guy, I don't remember what his name was that I booted, but I want to congratulate absolutely everybody here. You guys are obviously serious about making a change in your life. Most people never even take the time to educate themselves the way you have. The fact you've taken part in this workshop tonight shows that you have the commitment and determination to do this now. That's why you make a great addition to our team. You're the kind of person that we built this system for. We're looking for people who want to learn, who have the determination to change their lives, and who will get excited about seeing the results of their work. This week, click on the button. It gets better. There's no risk when you click the button below. You'll get a full 30 days to decide if the Infinite Freedom Success Team is for you. If during the next 30 days you decide this is not for you for any reason or no reason at all, let me know and I'll give you a full refund. No questions asked, no games, no fine print. The word is my bond. Remember, you risk nothing today. You guys are going to have a full 30 days to try this out. The only way you're going to lose is if you don't join right now. Worst case scenario, this isn't for you. You get your money back right. Like, I have no idea why people would not jump in. They're like, I'm super skeptical. What are you talking about? You have 30 days. We're in a time right now where nobody can take money. You pay Visa cards and debit, Visa, all that stuff. There's a thing called a chargeback. There's literally nothing that can be done. You ask for it, you're given it. but you're going to literally give up an opportunity based on, I don't know if I can do this, because that's being scared. That's back to the old, not willing to step out of your comfort zone. But warning, guys, I'm not going to guarantee that this is going to be up for much longer than 48 hours. The $99, I mean, man, it is such a good deal. You guys have watched it all the way to this point. You want to build an online business that gives you infinite freedom, and you know you're not going to find an opportunity to get this much for such a low investment anywhere else. Seize the opportunity today to get in on the exact same system that changed my life and will change yours. And remember, there's no risk when you say yes today. Click on the button. And this is where I'm going to invite you to ask some questions and to meet all the people that almost all of them started in the exact same spot you guys are right there. So first I'm going to pass you over to Thomas Worden. Thomas Warden's going to tell you all about his experience.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody that's joined in, and thank y'all for coming out tonight and learning something new and wanting to join a new venture. Guys, Jeff has laid out a roadmap, and he has said it many times. All we have to do is put the gasoline to it and get it to point A to point B. I come from 26 years of construction work. I'm not technically savvy. I knew how to do emails and check my Facebook, never knew about all the backdoor stuff. They have trained me step by step with their mentoring and coaching. Everybody on this panel, Jen and Gordon, is who I came in with, and they have followed me and guided me and got me to where I'm at now. 8 months into this, and I've traveled from Corpus Christi, Texas, to Louisiana, to West Texas, and now I'm in Colorado. So getting to travel around with my camera and do the things of my passions now, because I followed their processes. So join in with the 99, come learn something new, and enjoy your life. Get your life back, let's put it that way. So thank y'all very much for coming out and joining in. Thank y'all, Jeff. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Thanks, Thomas. Next, we'll pass you over to Shay. Shay will tell you all about her experience. Can't hear you, Shay. You're going to need to reboot. I'll pass it over to Shannon, and then you can come back. So just reboot. All right, Shannon, your turn.
Hey guys, yeah, my background is retail, Walmart, like Jeff said earlier. No technical background whatsoever, and it's like the worst job ever. And I was always one of those persons that didn't want to jump out of my comfort zone. I was always following other people, but I was never getting anywhere in life. So I was like, screw it. I have to jump sometime, right? So take that leap. It's $99. You don't like it, you get your money back. And I don't know what else to say. Just do it.
Hey, Shannon. Next, we're going to pass you over to Nick. Nick, a couple weeks ago or something like that, made more money than I'm sure he's ever made in 1 week ever. I'm pretty sure of that. So, online.
Actually, it's more than a month ever in my life. But congratulations to all the new action takers for tonight. Like Jeff said, my name's Nick. I just came into this business in January, so I've been doing it just a little over 3 months now. And this whole team, this whole community, the mentorship and the training has got me to where I'm at today, just in that short time. And that could be you too. It just takes one decision to change your whole life around, and that was that decision for me, and that could be that same decision for you. Like I said, every single one of these people on this panel right here have helped me in some sort of way, and we all work as a team. Nobody gets left behind. Anytime I had a question, somebody was right there to answer it for me and guide me in the right direction. And I just want to say thank you to Jeff and all these people here, and you guys have a great night.
Thanks, Nick. Next, we're going to pass you over to Scooby-Doo at the end there, Brian Keiko. He's the dog whisperer.
Hey guys, how's it going? So to give you guys a little bit of insight about me, I actually learned about the Infinite Freedom team from my brother, who's on the other end, all the way over there. He sent it to me to look into it for him, because he was one of those people that types like this with one finger, and so he really had absolutely no idea what he was looking at. And I having a background in web really looked into everything, and it checked out, and it was amazing. So I was really proud that my brother had be able to get involved with this team, because I knew there was no way he'd be able to get this education anywhere else. So personally, as Jeff said earlier, I had a background in web design, and so I actually came into this thinking I already knew everything about marketing. And yeah, don't do that. I would totally recommend to actually come into this pretending you know nothing, because with all the experience that I had, I floundered for a long time pretending that I was a rock star and trying to do things on my own. And thanks to the people on the panel, and thanks to all the leadership here, I have learned things that I never could have imagined that I would learn through this awesome team. So.
Thank you, Brian. I was typing. Giuseppe, it's probably your credit card company. You're entering it from over in the UK. They probably put a security on it. Probably wondering if it was stolen or something. Just give them a quick call. They'll unblock it and you'll be good to go. Next, I'm going to pass you over to Shay, who now is back. Hopefully her Skype actually works and we can hear her. Or I mean, her computer.
Can you hear me? Awesome. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. So yeah, my name is Shailene. I'm a wife and a stay-at-home mom of 2 boys. My husband and I have an oil industry background. And for myself, I worked that 9-to-5 office job, 5-6 days a week. No paid sick days. I think it was like 10 days a year of holidays. It was terrible. The bag's right there, honey. I did that for 6 years, and then I gave up my career to raise our kids. And, at the time we thought it would be fine because my husband made enough for us to maintain a good lifestyle. It's right there, honey. And shortly after that, he got laid off, and the oil industry started to crumble. And so at that point, we were excited for him to be home with us more often, but we were so stressed out because we didn't know how to pay bills and all that kind of stuff that, our relationship suffered, and we were just desperately looking for a change. And so when I came across this opportunity, I absolutely jumped in. I mean, it's only $99 to learn more. So I thought, what do you have to lose? And ever since I met Jeff and linked arms with him and this amazing team, I honestly have had so many changes in my life, like not just my wealth, but like my whole mindset has shifted, and it's truly made my relationships better, stronger. My business is thriving, and just all around my life just is much happier. Like I've always been a positive person, but it's a total difference. And success is all a mindset, you guys. If you come into this or come into anything half-assed, you're setting yourself up for failure. You need to be ready to take it on full on and have the drive and motivation to do whatever it takes, right? And we have the tools, we've got the training, the mentorship, everything you need to be a success at it. All you need is the willingness to change and the drive to make it happen. It's that simple. Invest the time, effort, and energy, and it'll happen for you. Congrats to those who have already joined. I'm super stoked to work with you guys. And reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Lee. Next, we're going to pass you over to Mr. David Keiko, the guy that opened his eyes to his brother and started making money online and marketing. It was crazy before his brother did.
Thanks, Jeff. Hey guys, my name is David Keiko. I've been working online just coming up to 7 months here now, and previously I was selling cars for Ford for 8 months, and before that I worked in the horticultural and landscaping industry for about 15 years. That's my background. That's my technical background. I went to the University of Guelph and I studied horticulture, so I know how to grow good plants and flowers and trees. So I had zero technical background, which is why I had a level of skepticism and reached out to my brother who'd been working in the online world for some time. I don't know why I reached out to him. Yeah, I'm a 2-finger typer. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely that 2-finger typer, as Brian pointed out. But I reached out to him. I'm not sure why, because I do value his input and insight. But he told me to go for it. So I did. I just committed, jumped both feet in, and I started working away at this business. And every day I've worked at it. And this team and this community of people, I've had the opportunity to meet many of them in person. And if I haven't met them in person, I know one day I will. And that's one of the most surreal experiences I think of working online, seeing all these beautiful people here on the panel and then seeing them face to face and meeting them in person is such a cool experience. One thing, I don't want to talk so much more about me, but I want to just ask you guys a quick question. If you guys have ever heard the statement, hey, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Just type in the chat there. Just go ahead and type, yeah, I've heard that statement. And I just want to address that statement for a second here, because I want to talk about how that actually sets you up to miss opportunities in your life. And the reason it does that is because when you hear an opportunity or an opportunity is presented to you, such as this one, you're probably sitting there with a level of skepticism going, wow, look at all these people. This sounds, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've heard that. This sounds way too good to be true. Well, if you have that mentality and you're going into situations, your subconscious is actually going to just pass up those opportunities as they're presented. You won't even know that they're coming into your life. You're just going to disregard them immediately. And that's really fucked up, because there's so many different opportunities that have come into my life that I've passed up because they sounded too good to be true. And I didn't even realize, I'm looking back now, I didn't even realize how many opportunities I actually passed up. Well, this is an opportunity that I definitely did not pass up, and I'm eternally grateful for the fact that I've not passed up, and that every single one of these people here on the panel has contributed to me and added value to my life. So guys, if you want to be a part of a team and a community that's different than anything else that you've ever experienced, you've got a whole community of people to support you, this is the place where you want to be. This is the direction you want to go. So the value here for $99, it absolutely 100% was worth it for me. And whoever's taken that step tonight and committed and joined the team and is ready to take action and change in their life, I'm absolutely stoked to work with you guys. So thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you, Dave. Next, we're going to pass you over to the Facebook assassin. He was once a mechanic, and now he's a Facebook assassin. He literally annihilates ads and gets good quality leads. So going to pass you over to Gord. He used to have a beard. He no longer has that anymore because it's getting hot out. And he's going to tell you how he decided to annihilate Facebook and make money.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, guys, like 10, 11 months ago, I was one of you guys in chatting in the scroll there, watching this workshop for the first time. I came across Jeff's posts one day when I was sitting on my ass at work, when I should have been making money. And next thing you know, I'm having a phone call with him, and he's telling me all about this online business and how you can, I'd be able to quit my job in 6 months. Well, after the workshop, we took action right away. Me and Jen, we do this together. She's not here tonight with me. We took action, went through the process, and we started building our online business within days. And I was pumped. I was going to quit my job within a year. That was my plan. I wanted a year, quit my job. I got 5 months into this business, and I couldn't stand going to my job anymore, and I was able to walk away from it. Next, we loaded up the car and went out to Jeff's for a week and, did some work with him. We're actually heading out to hang out with some of these guys next week. It's the beauty of this online business. You can work from wherever you want. We just took a family vacation to Florida for 2 weeks. We made money while we were barely working in Florida. Like it's not rocket appliances. If I can do this, anybody can do this. I was just a dumb mechanic trying to make a living. And next thing you know, now I'm running ads on Facebook, shooting videos and all that, and working from home every day. I get to drive my daughter to school in the morning instead of dropping her off at daycare 2 hours before school. That's the beauty of this. No more daycare charges. It's anybody who's even having the slightest thought about jumping on board and doing this, spend the $99, like Jeff said. If you don't like what we're doing, if you're not interested, we'll give you a refund. What have you got to lose? $99. I spend that on a night out in the town or around the golf. It's it's not like it's gonna break you. Just take the chance and jump on board, and we'll get you going right away. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks. And last but not least, Caitlin. I've done this whole journey with her, so she'll tell you about where she was at and where she's at now.
Thank you. Yeah, as Jeff mentioned before at the beginning of the workshop, I went to university. I have a university degree and I didn't use it. I couldn't get a job that would pay any kind of like decent amount of money that would cover my daycare costs. I have 2 kids, as you can probably see them running around in the background and whatnot. So it wasn't worth it for me to go to work. I would pretty much just be going to work to pay for daycare. I'd maybe make a couple $100 besides my expenses and whatnot. And I can't live off that. I can't pay for daycare, pay for a house, pay for food and all my other bills. It's not feasible. And so I ended up staying home, and my boyfriend at the time went away to work. And so he was gone pretty much our entire relationship. He missed out on the first probably 3-4 years of our son's life. And once everything crashed in the oil industry, we almost lost everything. We almost went bankrupt. We almost lost our house. We actually had to move out of our house. We had to sell one of our vehicles. We had to sell a bunch of stuff, and we had to move in with my mom, which is not where I thought my life would be at almost 30 years old, almost like completely bankrupt, living in my mom's basement with my 2 kids. So I wanted to do something different. I had no online experience when I started, but I knew that people out there were doing it. I just didn't know how. I didn't have the training. I didn't have the mentor, but I knew like people were doing it. So it's possible if you have the training and you figure out how to do it. So I had tried a bunch of different online businesses that didn't work, but I was doing it all by myself. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a product that was proven to convert. I didn't have a system, and I didn't have a team of people to help me. That's when everything changed for me, was when I met Jeff and I started doing this. That's when everything changed, and my business and my life kind of like blew up in a good way. Like I changed as a person, my finances changed. I get to stay home with my kids. I don't have to stress anymore, which is like why everybody's here. You guys are here because you guys want something different. You want more time with your family, and you want more money to do the things that you want. Money is just a vehicle. Ultimately, you want more time, not something that we never get back. If you continue to do the same thing that you're doing right now, and it's not working right now, what makes you think it's going to work a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now? Do you think you're going to be any farther ahead? Or do you think it's time to try something different, do something outside of the box, and change not just your life, but your family's life? If you have kids or you have a wife or you take care of your parents or something like that, they're relying on you. You are responsible for them, and they deserve a better life than struggling their entire life, or you being at work and missing out on time with you. Your kids deserve to have you in their life, not be raised by a daycare person or by somebody else. You had your kids, so you take care of them and you give them a life they deserve. So that's all I got to say. Welcome to everybody who joined. I'm super excited to see you guys in the group and see the changes that you guys make over the next couple months.
Awesome. Thanks, Caitlin. Well, that's all, folks. Have a great night, everybody.